Hello everyone, greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. I have prepared for you another video with practical dating tips, and today we will talk about texting. In 2021, it is almost impossible to think about dating without texting. Regardless if you are dating in your country or if you are into international dating, and since this is a channel for international dating lovers, then there will be a stage when two of you will be separated by distance and you will have to build your relationship using Skype, Zoom, your phones, etc. I can honestly tell you that most men are really bad texters, and it is true, and unfortunately sometimes men just give excuses that, oh, I'm not very good in texting. Like, nobody naturally is. Women are just naturally more intuitive when it comes to dating, not all of them. But still, it takes practice. If you want to become better at texting, you have to practice, and you actually have to invest time and effort to master the skill. Our clients meet offline for the first time on real dates, so usually they had like 3-4 dates before the gentleman leaves back home, and they keep communicating by Skype, by text messengers, by Zoom, by emails. It depends on a couple to be. So it's not like a gentleman is texting to a complete stranger. So in this video we will talk about a scenario when you have already met in person, because if you haven't met in person, then different rules will apply on texting and approaching a lady online. We are talking about a scenario where you have actually met in person, you had several dates, so you are not virtual strangers, and you keep getting to know each other by text messages and by Skype calls or Zoom calls. First of all, keep in mind that in Ukraine, ladies expected that the gentleman is the first one to text. He should be the first one to text after the date. It's in our culture. We're not talking right now if it is the right thing or the wrong thing, but if you had a good date with a lady and you got her phone number, please text her after the date. You can just text her something like, I have really enjoyed the date with you and I'm looking forward to the next date. Or I really had a great time and I would like to meet you again, let's do this or that. So keep it simple, but send her the text message. It's all about showing attention, it's all about showing that you are interested, it's all about showing that I want to get to know you better. We all don't want to be left with this feeling of uncertainty when you're second-guessing yourself, like, did she like me, she didn't like me, or will she go out with me, will he text? Don't put a lady into this position, just text her after the date. Some guys think that I have to appear mysterious. Are you like 13 years old? No, you're not. Just text her after the date. If you're talking about text messages or video calls after you have returned back home and you want to keep in touch, the first logical text that you should send to a lady is, I'm back home, I'm in the airport, it was such a pleasure meeting you, and I'm looking forward having a call with you on Saturday or on Sunday on this time. It is very important to show a lady that even though now you are separated not only by distance but also by difference in time zones, you still want to get to know her better, and it is not the end. Try to make plans when you will have the next call. Will it be a Skype call or a Zoom call, and you can even call it a date? Let's have a Zoom date on Saturday, let's have a Zoom date on Friday night. Choose the time that will be appropriate and comfortable both for you and for the lady. In between you can still do the texts, but please try to avoid standard texts, something like good morning and good evening. If you keep sending good morning and every evening, it will be a routine after a few days. So how to initiate a proper communication by text? Ask questions. Ask a lady, how was your day? And in Ukraine, when we are asking how are you or how was your day, it is not a form of greeting, we actually expect an answer. So if the lady is asking you, how are you? It's not enough to answer her, I'm fine, and you? No, she actually wants to hear some details. She wants to hear what have you been doing, what are you up to, how do you feel, what is the weather like. Also, it is always a smart idea to ask a lady about certain detail that she had shared with you during the dates. For example, she has mentioned that she plans to go to a birthday party of your friend. Then ask her, do you still plan to go to the birthday party of Victoria? Where will you go? What is the plan? Then ask her, how did it go? What did you do? For some details, you will show that you have actually kept track of what she was saying during the date, and you have actually listened to her, and this information is important to you, which means she is important to you, the lady. You can ask her about her working plans, you can ask her about her plans for the evening, for the next day, and don't just stick to asking questions, also share something about your plans. Just please avoid texts that look more like a grocery list when you tell the lady that, oh, I will meet John, then I will do this, then I will buy that, then I will brush my teeth, then I will go to bed. It's not very interesting and exciting. After you get to know each other a little bit better, you can make a room tour, you can show a lady, for example, your kitchen, if you're not comfortable with showing the whole apartment, or your office by video call, and she can show you where she lives. You can show her the street that you walk every day when you go to work, or your favorite coffee shop. Also, it is always a smart idea to mix text messages with some videos or photos. You will see which content actually brings more reaction from her. Some gentlemen tell me that, oh, my life is boring. I just wake up, I go to gym, then I go to work. It is boring to you maybe because you do it every day, and again, it is a matter of attitude. Why do you call your life boring? But to her, it's all new. You can take some pictures in your gym, you can take videos of your routine, you can ask about her routine. You can take photos of your favorite coffee shop, and it will make a lady feel closer to you because she will imagine that, oh, right now he's walking that street to that gym, and right now he's sitting in that coffee shop. Also, at the early stage, avoid texting when you are drunk. Sometimes guys think that, okay, I will have a glass of wine and then I will send her some flirty messages. Once a gentleman had a glass of wine, and normally he is not a drinker, and he has ended up calling a certain body part Mr. Cucumber. As you can imagine, a lady was making jokes about Mr. Cucumber later on, but for that couple it worked out. They ended up being married. But to be honest, after she has received that text about Mr. Cucumber, first of all, she was in the office because of the time difference, and it was evening in his place. And she came to my office and she said that, oh, maybe he is just like, you know, into sex and he is not serious, and I don't know. And I have managed to convince her that, you know, it's evening and perhaps he was having a glass of wine, which was actually the case. And later on he will feel sorry about this text because it was still very early, they haven't even kissed, and he is like calling certain body parts Mr. Cucumber. So please avoid texts like this one. Guys, if you are watching this from Australia, greetings to you, by the way. Or another really bad idea is to just tell a lady, just ask me something. If you want to know more about me, just ask me questions. It's like you show that you are lazy and you don't want to invest much energy and creativity into your conversations, and of course it is a turn off. If you're texting for, let's say, a week or 2 weeks, you will fall for a certain routine. You will learn that, for example, at this time she finishes her work and it is the best time to text her. Sometimes it will be nice to surprise her by a text when she is not actually expecting a text from you, but then don't expect an answer straight away, or don't be disappointed that, for example, she hasn't texted you back right from the office. It is also a good idea to surprise her with flowers if things go well, for example, after 2 weeks of talking, because flowers, they will be like a tangible proof that it is real and you're thinking about her and she can touch them, smell them. Flowers, it's an emotional gift, and dating should be about positive emotions. Also, what to avoid while texting? Well, look at your messages. If she has sent you a really long message and you answer her with like 2 lines, that's not a good sign. And if all your texting history is like she is writing you like long messages and 2 lines from you, guys, size matters, and she will feel like you don't care that much to actually write her a proper answer, that you just want to text her something back so that she feels okay, but it's not the right impression you are giving her. Texting can be a great stage because sometimes we feel shy to ask certain questions or to share certain things about ourselves, and sometimes people feel more comfortable doing it when they have this security of a computer screen or a phone screen. But also be careful about this, because if you just had 4 or 5 dates in Ukraine, The lady doesn't know you that well yet, and she will build her impression about your questions and your stories based on that limited information she has learned about you. So difficult topics and difficult discussions, it is better to save them for the time you meet in person and you get to know each other better. I hope it was helpful, and I hope these tips will help you build interesting communications with a very special lady, and you will be flirting and having fun by texting. I want to wish you love. Svetlana Mukha for Diolli.com.